It's Two on the Aisle with me, Charles Gross, and Leslie Hoban Blake. Tonight, reviews of Good People, Peter and the Starcatchers, Arcadia, and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Two on the Aisle.
Hello, I'm Leslie Hoban Blake, as aforementioned.
And I'm Charles Gross. Well, it's been a busy season, and we've been away for a long time, so we've got a lot to catch up on. So, shall we start with Good People?
We can. That's perfectly fine. Very good to start with Good People. Absolutely.
All right, David Lindsay Abaire, is it?
David Lindsay Abaire. David Lindsay Abaire,
who gave us
Rabbit Hole and
Funny
Mears, and is a wonderful, wonderful playwright, Pulitzer Prize winner, and has gone back to his roots for this play, to South Boston. And it's an interesting piece because with all the recent upheaval in our economic system, this is a play that addresses that, and it addresses it from a very different perspective. You have somebody who's very wealthy facing off with somebody who's very poor, but they used to know each other, and they used to be the same.
Right. Well, it's about a woman, very, very nicely played by Frances McDormand.
Beautiful job.
She is a blue-collar worker. She keeps losing her jobs because she can't always be at work on time because she has an adult daughter who is retarded and sometimes needs extra care. After losing her latest job, she finds out that her old boyfriend is back in town, who grew up in the same neighborhood but got out. He's now a very prestigious, very well-to-do doctor who's married to a much younger woman.
Who also happens to be African-American.
Yes.
Interesting side note.
And I think her father is someone very important, too.
Very important person.
Yeah. And essentially, we see this woman going through her motions, going through her life, and then essentially meeting with her old friend and hopes in getting a job. But there is a twist that I don't want to give away, that there was a little more to their relationship than we realize at first. And once we find that out, we understand where the Good People title comes from.
I think we come away not knowing who the good people are, really. There's nobody bad. The doctor isn't a bad person.
He's not an overly good person.
But he's accused of being lace curtain Irish, which is the worst thing, obviously, you can say. According to this play, it seems to be the worst thing you can say to somebody. My grandmother used that phrase all the time about my grandfather, so I don't think that it's a particularly terrible thing to be. But they're not mean-spirited people. She winds up in his home, and I'm not going to give anything away, but she winds up in his home, and she says a lot of things because she's one of these people whose mouth connects before the brain is working, and so it just comes out of her mouth. And she then takes it back and says, "Oh, just kidding," or things like that to ameliorate the situation. But when all is said and done, I think you're supposed to come away wondering who's good and who's not good.
Really?
Well, that's what I did come away with.
To me, it seemed fairly well defined. Who was. And again, I don't want to give it away.
No, nor I. But I did want to talk about the acting, and I wanted to talk about the fact that South Boston is just so popular. We had The Fighter, and we had Ben Affleck's movie, The Town. So, South Boston is having this renaissance, and it really is having a renaissance in terms of what's going on there. But there were several actors. Estelle Parsons, the doyenne of the theater. I mean, this woman took over in Osage County, and she is just a marvelous, marvelous actress. And we had Tate Donovan. We already mentioned
as a woman who makes rabbits.
Yes, she makes toy rabbit, toy thingies for Easter. But Tate Donovan plays the doctor, and Renee Elise I can't read her name. Renee Elise Goldberry. Thank you. The light is in my eyes. Plays his wife, and it's just such a dichotomy about the kinds of people that we're talking about and the strata. We consider ourselves a classless country.
We do?
And we're so not. Well, we've always prided ourselves on
we're not.
Anybody can, and it's not so necessarily.
Well,
good,
you know what?
play.
We have some scenes from this show.
Excellent.
So let's take a quick look at Good People.
Hey, Stevie. Karen Finch is telling everyone you're gay.
Yeah, I heard that.
Doesn't that bother you?
Not really.
Because you're gay?
No, because I don't care.
G46.
It is peculiar, though.
G46.
You come in here all the time?
Leave him alone, Jean.
Why? You want me to be nice to the guy that fired you? She's too nice.
No, I'm not.
Psst, Stevie.
You want a rabbit? I made these rabbits.
Oh,
$5 each.
they're nice.
Want one?
No, thank you.
Don't like rabbits, Davy?
Of course he does. Who doesn't like rabbits?
Gay guys.
I got a job. I got a bunch of jobs, in fact. And every one of them sucked because what other kind of job could I get? Not much choice there either, I'm
And you
afraid.
lost most of those jobs?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Why?
Usually because I was late.
Well, there's the choice.
Would you stop
She
it?
chose to be late.
I didn't choose to be late. That made me late. Sometimes it was Joyce. Sometimes it's he.
You don't have to explain yourself.
One time I got my car taken. Why did I lose my car? Because I missed a payment. Why did I miss a payment? Because I had to pay a dentist
We don't
instead.
need a sob
Why did I have to
story.
pay a dentist? No, I have done this 100 times in my head, Mikey. I think you should hear it too. Why did I have to pay a dentist? Because I didn't have insurance and I cracked a tooth. And I ignored it for 6 months until an abscess formed. Why did I crack a tooth?
I don't care.
Because one night I thought I'd save a little money and skip dinner, but I got hungry, so I snacked on a piece of candy brittle instead. And that is all it took. One piece of candy brittle, and I was out of the job again. And that's the way it always is. And if it's not the candy brittle, then it's Joyce's medication, or my phone getting cut off, or Russell Gillis breaking in and stealing my goddamn microwave. And you want to tell me about choices, while you sit up here practically breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back for all you accomplished.
Okay, so a strongly written show, good characters, good acting, good direction. I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5.
I'd say 4. I'd give it 4.5 even. It's really, really good.
Okay.
Not to be missed if possible.